Good morning. I just want to go live real quick. Let me shut my window because there's so much glare. There you go. It's better. Okay, good morning. I just want to go live because my family and my friends are getting very anxious about AstraZeneca. And like what I said, I will try to give you the most recent update, especially when it comes to this vaccines. I was informed by families and friends that the information that gets to the Philippines is delayed, and I would like to stress out that I'm very particular with the reference and the resources that I use. Whenever somebody sends me something, I really look into the website, I research the website, etc., etc. So, bottom line is, when I do my research, when something gets, when an information gets to me, I basically go to the main source, meaning the manufacturer site, or educational sites, something that's not biased. There's so many fake news, there's so many unreliable websites, and so many unreliable information in the internet. So forgive me if I'm foggy. I'm doing a 3-day water fast beginning today, so I'm not having coffee, I'm not having supplements, so just water all day. And I'm probably gonna talk about that in another video and the results of that water fast. But it's a 72-hour water fast that I'm doing, so I'm not having coffee, I'm not having any supplements today, so I'm a little bit foggy. And I just wanted to go live real quick because of the AstraZeneca issue. It's Friday here in the US. I'm in Las Vegas. Alexa, what's today's date?
It's Friday, April 16th.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:15 a.m.
Okay, so it's 9:15 a.m. I have 45 minutes till I go live for my class, and then I have a very busy day. I have so many meetings after that class. So I'd like to just give you this information real quick about AstraZeneca's vaccine. We know that Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine is a UK-based vaccine that we have for COVID-19. It is a partnership between AstraZeneca, which is a major multinational pharmaceutical company, and Oxford University. So it's UK-based, originated in the UK. And I'd like to give a couple of information about this one. So my family knows that when they send me information, I always say fake news real fast. I debunk it real fast. So the last thing I want to get is a tabloid picture, which I got this morning. I got a picture of a tabloid announcing AstraZeneca in Germany, stop the use of AstraZeneca vaccine. By the way, disclaimer, I'm not paid by any of these pharmaceutical companies. I used to work for or work with some of these pharmaceutical companies, but I am just now an educator, and I'm not getting paid by any of these pharmaceutical companies. I am a pro-vaxxer. I'm not going to deny that. So I am here to educate you guys, especially my friends and my family, especially the ones in the Philippines, because I was informed that the information doesn't get in there as soon as we get here in the US. So I have organized my tabs on my laptop based on the date. Okay, so first one, World Health Organization statement on AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine safety signals. This was published on March 17th, 2021. So some countries in the European Union have temporarily suspended the use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine as a precautionary measure based on reports of rare blood coagulation disorders in persons who had received the vaccine. So yesterday I talked about J&J and the side effect or an adverse events of severe blood clots in the head. Okay, so this is very similar. This adverse event is very similar. Yesterday I talked about J&J having 6 cases but there's 6.8 million doses administered already. So those 6 cases, that number is very, very little compared to 6.8 million doses given. And Johnson & Johnson is only 1 dose. That means 6.8 million people. Here, AstraZeneca is showing, or we're seeing similar adverse events or adverse reactions based on the reports. But I'm going to tell you the numbers are a little bit higher. Okay, so, but same, it's the CVST. What else? Other countries in the EU, having considered the same information, have decided to continue using the vaccine in their immunization program. So not everyone in the EU has actually stopped using the vaccine. Okay? Vaccination against COVID-19 will not reduce illness or deaths from other causes. Thromboembolic events are known to occur frequently. Venous thromboembolism is the 3rd most common cardiovascular disease globally. Okay, so it's not just because of the vaccine and of the drug. And I want to stress this out and I want to highlight it. I always tell this to my students as well. Drugs are a two-edged sword. Okay, you take the bad with the good. All drugs got side effects, okay? But do the benefits outweigh the risks? Okay, so here is what World Health Organization said on March 17th. In extensive vaccination campaigns, it is routine for countries to signal potential adverse events because it's new. Okay, the vaccine is new. Any drug that's new, we have to report adverse events. That's why we're given an information, I said form, but we're really given paper. We could go to a website and report our side effects or any adverse events. This does not necessarily mean that the events are linked to vaccination itself. Okay, this is a statement from the World Health Organization. But it is good practice to investigate them. So every time there's adverse event, it is a good practice to investigate them. It is worth investigating them because it's new, okay? Because there may be more and more and more people getting these adverse events. It also shows that the surveillance system works and that effective controls are in place. World Health Organization is in regular contact with the European Medicines Agency and regulators around the world for the latest information on COVID-19 vaccine safety. The World Health Organization COVID-19 Subcommittee of the Global Advisory Committee on Vaccine Safety is carefully assessing the latest available safety data for the AstraZeneca vaccine. Once the review is completed, World Health Organization will immediately communicate the findings to the public. At this time, this was March 17th, World Health Organization considers that the benefits of AstraZeneca vaccine outweigh its risks and recommends that vaccination continue. This is as of March 17th, okay? So this is World Health Organization. Here in the U.S., okay, March 22nd, I want to say this. I have a good number of family members, my ates, who got AstraZeneca, okay? So I want this information. I want to share this information because I want to not totally eliminate or take out the anxiety, but at least help lessen that anxiety. Everyone is going through something or is taking care of something or is struggling with something. Let this be not one of the things that add on to that stress and the anxiety. I also have my own share of anxiety and panic attacks. So bless you. If I could help, I would help. And this is my way of helping you guys by giving you this information that I have, which my family said that we get it sooner than they get it. March 22nd, AstraZeneca website itself, okay? So AZD 1222 US phase 3 trial. met primary efficacy endpoint in preventing COVID-19 at interim analysis. Okay, so again, disclaimer, I'm not getting paid by any of these pharmaceutical companies, not Johnson & Johnson, not AstraZeneca, nothing, but I am going to say I am a pro-vaxxer. So, March 22nd from AstraZeneca's site, but this is here in the US, 79% vaccine efficacy at preventing symptomatic COVID-19. 79%. So AstraZeneca phase 3 clinical trial, 79% efficacy. 100% efficacy against severe or critical disease and hospitalization. So 0 hospitalizations to those who got vaccinated by AstraZeneca's vaccine. Comparable efficacy result across ethnicity and age, with 80% efficacy in participants aged 65 years and over. My ates are over 60 years of age, okay? And some of them got AstraZeneca. Favorable reactogenicity and overall safety profile. The AstraZeneca US Phase 3 trial of AZD1222 demonstrated statistically significant vaccine efficacy of 79% preventing symptomatic COVID-19 and 100% efficacy at preventing severe disease and hospitalization. So that's good. And then this is a clinical trial here in the US, even if Oxford-AstraZeneca is a UK-based company. Okay, this interim safety and efficacy analysis was based on, this is an important number, 32,449 participants, occurring 141 symptomatic cases of COVID-19. Symptomatic meaning their symptoms. The trial had a 2:1 randomization of vaccine to placebo ratio, meaning 2 vaccines, 1 placebo. Okay. Vaccine efficacy was consistent across ethnicity and age, notably in participants aged 85. In participants, I'm sorry, I said I'm doing a water fast, so I'm not taking anything today but water, so I'm foggy. No supplements, no coffee. So it's been the first time in so many years that I'm not having coffee. So it's just water today for me all day in the next 48 hours. And then the 72nd hour, I'm going to take my supplements. So anyway, going back. Notably in participants aged 65 years old and over, vaccine efficacy was at 80% for AstraZeneca as of this March 22nd report here in the US clinical trial, phase 3 clinical trial. Okay, this is another important information on the AstraZeneca vaccine. The vaccine was well tolerated, and the Independent Data Safety Monitoring Board, or DSMB, identified no safety concerns related to the vaccine. The DSMB conducted a specific review of what the problem that we're having right now, which is the blood clot, okay? A specific review of thrombotic events, as well as cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, which is the CVST. Same case, the 6 cases with Johnson & Johnson. AstraZeneca vaccine is also getting reports of this CVST. So phase 3 clinical trial here in the US, March 22nd, they studied that, and the review of the thrombotic events, including the CVST, with the assistance of an independent neurologist. Okay. The DSMB found no increased risk of thrombosis or events characterized by thrombosis among, this is the number of participants, 21,583 participants receiving at least 1 dose, okay, of the vaccine. AstraZeneca is 2 doses for it to be fully effective. But this is a big number. The participants are 21,583, and there were no cases of that blood clot that's being reported right now. Okay. Again, disclaimer, I'm not getting paid by any of these pharmaceutical companies. I am a pro-vaxxer though. Okay. The specific search for CVST found no events in this trial. This is as of March 22nd, 2021. It's a phase 3 clinical trial here in the US for AstraZeneca vaccine. I'd like to say, because I have family members who actually got AstraZeneca. And this is what I'd like to tell you guys. What symptoms should I watch out for? Okay, the MHRA says anyone who has these symptoms 4 or more days after receiving the Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine should seek prompt medical advice. First, a severe or persistent headache. Second, chest pain. Third, shortness of breath. Fourth, swollen legs, because they are usually associated to blood clots. Fourth, shortness of breath. Fifth, swollen legs. Sixth, persistent abdominal pain, because there were reports of clots in the stomach as well, or in the abdomen. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unusual skin bruising. 8, pinpoint spots, not including the injection site. COVID infection itself can make clots more likely, stresses the MHRA. So I talked about the phase 3 clinical trial here in the US, and then this next one I'm going to talk about is from the European Medicines Agency, which is a UK, a European Union official website. This report, so I started with March 17th report and then March 22nd, and this one is March 31st. EMA Safety Committee, PRAC, is meeting today, March 31st, in the context of its ongoing review of the very rare cases of unusual blood clots associated with low number of platelets in people vaccinated with AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine, now called, they have a brand name now, Vaxzevria. It's so hard to say, Vaxzevria. Okay, so EMA convened an ad hoc expert group meeting on Monday, March 29th to provide further input into the ongoing assessment. Independent external experts with a range of medical specialties. So the specialists include hematologists, neurologists, epidemiologists, and they discuss specific aspects such as possible mechanism, whether underlying risk factors could be identified, and what additional data are needed to further characterize the observed events and potential risks. So they brought in this specialist, hematologist, neurologist, epidemiologist to discuss what these adverse events are. Is the vaccine responsible for this blood clots? What are the possibilities, the mechanism of action, or the action of the vaccine in with regards to this blood clots occurring in the head and in the stomach? Okay. At present, the review has not identified any specific risk factors such as age. It's not age specific. It's not gender specific. Okay. Or a previous medical history of clotting disorder for this very rare events. It's still considered very rare. A causal link with the vaccine is not proven, but is possible, and further analysis is continuing. As communicated on March 18th, EMA is of the view that the benefits of AstraZeneca in preventing COVID-19 and preventing COVID-19 with associated risk of hospitalization and death still outweigh the risks of side effects. Okay. More information and advice for healthcare professionals and the public is available on the vaccine's product information. Okay, here we go. The review of cases of very, very rare cases of unusual blood clots associated with low blood platelets or thrombocytopenia is being carried out in the context of a safety signal. So those reports, yes, we want them to come in. Yes, we want them to report. We want the people to report those adverse events to the manufacturer, to the FDA, whatever reporting system we have. We need those information for safety, so that we can continue, so that the manufacturers can continue to look into that. even if it's just 6 cases, okay? But these are very rare cases compared to the number of participants or number of doses that's been administered, like what I'm telling you guys. So, yeah, we want them coming, we want to look at them. And then this is also a way for the manufacturers, the FDA, and other agencies or organizations to actually warn or give warning to medical professionals what to look for, or give warning to the public to look out for the signs and symptoms, which I just mentioned a while ago. EMA's recommendations are the foundation upon which the individual EU member states will design and implement their own national vaccination campaign. So it's not the whole EU, okay? It's a country-to-country decision whether they're going to continue using AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine or not. I'm not updated as to which countries stopped using AstraZeneca vaccine. But like what I said, this live, I was prompted to do this because I got a tabloid picture this morning from one of my family members, and I said, don't believe that. I'll get back to you in a little bit. Okay, so this may EMA's recommendation, again, it depends on the EU member states, and this may differ country to country depending on the national needs and circumstances, such as infection rates, priority populations, vaccine availability, and hospitalization rate. Like what I said, AstraZeneca clinical 3-phase trial here in the US, and in the UK, 100% efficacy when it comes to hospitalization, okay? Here, April 7th report from European Medicines Agency. I think this is the one with numbers. Okay, let me highlight again. Patients should seek medical assistance immediately if they have the following symptoms after getting the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine: shortness of breath, chest pain, swelling on your leg, persistent abdominal belly pain, neurological symptoms including severe and persistent headaches or blurred vision, tiny blood spots under the skin beyond the site of injection. So these are things that you need to watch out for. I'm trying to find the number. Okay. Vaxzevria, which is the brand name for AstraZeneca, Oxford-AstraZeneca's vaccine, is a vaccine for preventing coronavirus diseases 2019 or COVID-19 in people aged 18 years and older. COVID-19 is caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus. COVID-19 vaccine AstraZeneca is made up of another virus of the adenovirus family that has been modified to contain the gene for making a protein from SARS-CoV-2. The vaccine, I don't like talking about all this medical terminologies. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. And I'm sorry I'm rushing because I need to go live in 25 minutes to be in my class. The vaccine does not contain the virus itself and cannot cause COVID-19. That's another important information. The most common side effects are usually mild or moderate and improve within a few days after vaccination. Okay. As of April 4th, 2021, a total of 169 cases of CVST and 53 cases of splanchnic vein thrombosis, which is your blood clot, were reported to Udra Vigilance. Around 34 million, so J&J had 6.8 million people here in the US alone who got administered with their vaccine, and there's 6 cases. Here, AstraZeneca, there's 34 million people who had been vaccinated in the EEA and UK by this date. Okay? 34 million vaccinated, 53 cases reported of that blood clot as of April 4th. Okay? If you want to check the average, the percentage, that's very, I don't have a calculator here with me, but that's 0.00000. Okay, but still, if you have this adverse events, we're not stopping you from reporting. We want you to report it. Okay, the more recent data do not change the PRAC's recommendation. So again, there's 34 million AstraZeneca vaccines administered. Actually, 34 million people, not doses. Okay, and there's 53 cases of the CVSC, which is the blood clot, and the splanchnic vein thrombosis as of April 4th. So same with Johnson & Johnson, 6.8 million doses or people who got it, but there's 6 cases. Okay. So again, this information is as of April 7, 2021. Information for the general public. I'd like to talk about this. Cases of unusual blood clots with low platelets have occurred in people who received Vaxzevria, which is now the brand name of Oxford-AstraZeneca. The chance of having this occur is very, very low, but you should still be aware of symptoms so you can get prompt medical treatment to help recovery and avoid complications. You must seek urgent medical attention immediately if you have any of the following symptoms in the weeks after your injection. Shortness of breath, chest pain, leg swelling, persistent abdominal or belly pain, neurological symptoms such as severe and persistent headaches or blurred vision, tiny blood spots under the skin, not on the site of injection, beyond the site of injection. Speak to your healthcare professional or contact your relevant national health authorities if you have any questions about the rollout of the vaccine in your country. So not all countries in the European Union are actually stopping the use of AstraZeneca vaccine. So it's a country-to-country call, and depending on the infection and depending on the decision of that EU member country. I talked about the phase 3 clinical trial here in the US. If you missed that, phase 3 clinical trial of the AstraZeneca vaccine here in the US showed 100% efficacy, okay, when it comes to hospitalization and reducing chronic diseases, okay. Last one. This is yesterday, okay, yesterday. This is from BBC. I don't like using references such as news references, okay. I don't like using news references. I like using the actual company's website. I look at clinical trials. I read statistics. I read numbers. I read statistics. I look at the background of the professional, the credibility of the professional. I look at medical institutions. Live. I need to go be in my class, okay? But there are important information in here that they got from other websites, okay? So again, the bottom line is drugs in general are a two-edged sword, okay? There's always side effects. All drugs got side effects. What we want to make a decision on is whether we're willing to take those side effects with the benefits of the drugs, okay? That's why I said it's a two-edged sword. There's a bad and there's a good part to it. So the bad are the side effects and the good are the benefits. So do the benefits outweigh the risks, okay? In all of these tabs, all of these websites that I have open here from reliable sources, the benefits still outweigh the risks, okay? I have family members, like what I said, who got the AstraZeneca COVID19 vaccine, and they're getting anxious. I got a picture of a tabloid. Please be very, very careful when using references, especially in the Philippines. There's so many fake news. I'm not saying that there's no fake news here in the US. We do have those, but I do know that in the Philippines, it's probably 10 times more fake news than in here. So I'm giving this to you straight from reliable websites, reliable sources that I have, and I do research. I have a very toxic job right now. I work from home. My son's homeschooling, and on top of this, I'm not really getting paid to do this by any pharmaceutical company. I am a pro-vaxxer. I just want all of us to get out of this. I want this pandemic to end. So I am doing my part. I am also a director of my department, and I'm down one instructor, and I'm going to be down another instructor. So all of this is going on in my life right now, on top of personal issues that I'm dealing with. That's why I said everybody's going through something, and if I could help lessen your anxiety, I would, by telling you this information. These are rare cases. If you have any of these adverse events, of course, we want you to report that. And the FDA, the World Health Organization, and all these organizations are looking into it for public safety, which means our vigilance, okay, is working good, okay? Our system for, our reporting system is working real good, okay? Again, symptoms should you watch out for if you had the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine: a severe or persistent headache, blurred vision, chest pain, shortness of breath, swollen legs, persistent abdominal pain, unusual skin bruising, pinpoint spots, not including the injection site, okay? To my friends and family who got AstraZeneca, just watch out for the signs, okay? Please lessen the anxiety. Well, I have one friend who actually got a Sinovac a couple of days ago, and she has history of high blood pressure, but the day of her vaccination, she was so worried, she's so anxious, and that anxiety added up to what you may experience later on. So try to be as calm as possible. Try to think of the positive side. Try to think of the benefits more than the risk. And here are organizations telling you, reliable organizations, the manufacturers themselves, third-party organizations, those who are doing the clinical trials, that the benefits still outweigh the risks, okay? I don't like wearing shirts, especially when I'm doing live classes, but lately I've been wearing a lot of talking shirts, just because I could relate. I could to the shirt, and today I'd like to wear this shirt. Positivity is a choice. It is very, very hard to be positive right now, especially during this time, but please try. I am trying, so please try as well. I have 15 minutes till I have to go live. I usually go live 10 minutes before 10 o'clock for my live class, but I think I really needed to go online or live for my family and friends, especially that Philippines is getting a lot of AstraZeneca. And I want to give this information straight to you guys here from the US. It's Friday here, happy Friday in Las Vegas, and it's 9:44 a.m. And yeah, I have a tough weekend coming up too. I'm on my 72-hour water fast, no water, no coffee, no supplements. I'm just going to be drinking water the next 48 hours. And then on the third day, I'm going to be drinking water all day, but I'm going to take my supplement already. I don't want my body to crash. So I've kind of modified the water fast. And I'm probably going to do a video on that one and tell you my results. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope I lessened your anxiety a bit by giving you information about the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. So thank you guys, and I'll keep updating you as often as possible. Despite my really busy schedule, I will try my hardest to give you this information. Thank you. Hi, Chet. Hi, Jonah. Hi, Colleen. Hi, everyone. I wish I could chat more, but I got work to do, so thank you. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I know it's Saturday in there. I miss you all. I can't wait to go back. I will see you again later. Bye.